It is day 52 of 75 hard. Let's go. Let me tell you why I walk on curbs like they're balance beams. It's fun, but it's also serious because losing your balance as you age is no joke. I have someone in my life that I love, and if she falls, she has to use the "I've fallen and I can't get up" button, and then she has to wait for the firemen to come and pick her up off the floor. She was in physical therapy, I think she still is, and they asked her, "What would you like to get from this?" And she said, "I want to be able to get up off the floor by myself." And she hasn't been able to do that. So now she's stuck having to wait for the fire department to get her off the floor if she should fall. She's never broken a bone, and I'm thankful for that. But I watch her, and I know that that is not how I want to age. I have always been active, but somewhere in my 50s, I started noticing that it was harder to get up off the floor. And I said this to my girlfriend, who's like 30 years younger than me. And she's like, "But it's hard to get off the floor, but it shouldn't be hard to get off the floor." And so I decided at that point in time, like, there's not going to be this person who can't get up off the floor. It's not like I couldn't do it or I can't do it, but it's definitely more difficult. Something that I have on my goals list is called a Turkish Getup, and it's kind of like a whole body exercise. And I really want to be able to do it, but it is really hard practicing it. But just like stretching, I keep pushing at it because it's something I really want to do, and I know that for my long-term benefit, it's good that I can do it. I know I've talked about this more than once because balance is so very important to how you age, because we hear all the time about people who fall and then they break a hip and they end up in the hospital and they don't come back from that. It totally takes you out, and I don't want to be that person. So what do? Every dang day I brush my teeth on one leg. It looks crazy. I do half of it, 1 minute on one leg and 1 minute on the other leg, every time I brush my teeth. Have you ever put your shoes on without sitting down? That's a good balance test, and I do that too. I can't put on a tight shoe like that. I have to put on a shoe that's like relatively easy, but I do that because it's another thing I use to work my balance. And the the curbs, like I mentioned in the beginning, curbs, when I'm waiting someplace, if there's a curb, I'm out there walking on it like it's a balance beam. And also parking lot blocks, I don't know what they're called, those things in the parking lot that you pull your car up to. I taught my granddaughter to do that when she was like 2. We walk on every single one we see because balance is so important. And I've talked about before too how I really ultimately, my big hairy goal is to hike the Continental Divide Trail. And I'll be going across high passes and edges that have drop-offs. And I think about that now, like I watch people do that and it makes my knees weak and it makes my stomach weak. But the knees have me nervous. So if I have more confidence in my ability to balance, it's going to make those things easier when the time comes. And so I practice it. You don't have to want to be a thru hiker to work on balance. You know, even if you're never going on a scary edge somewhere, just the fact that you can catch yourself. We've talked about me being Lori Grace a lot. I tend to be clumsy and I trip over my own feet. And even yesterday, we were walking on a relatively flat walking path, and still I managed to trip over something, but I can always catch myself. And that's what you want to do. You don't have to start big, just like everything else. Start small. Start trying to walk on a parking block. It's small. Start balancing while you brush your teeth on one leg. You don't have to do a whole minute. You work up to it. But just start working on your balance, because you will thank yourself in the future when you find yourself being able to catch yourself from falling. Another thing you want to do is practice getting up off of the floor, up and down and up and down. It may seem like the stupidest exercise in the world, but I'm telling you what, if you hit the floor, you're not going to want to wait for the fire department to come and get you. You want to be able to do it yourself. So start helping yourself with a chair or the couch or something, until you're comfortable getting up and down from the floor. Seems silly. A lot of it can be fun. The parking blocks are fun. Curbs are fun. See, I'm all about the fun. And you can train for balance having fun. Balance is freedom. Balance is independence. Balance is saying yes to the things I want to do. And don't wait for the fall. Start training now so that when the time comes, you may accidentally fall. You're either able to catch yourself or you're able to get up from the ground by yourself. And that is the encouraging word I have for you today. Start small, but practice that balance. So important to your independence. Yesterday, I did my 3-mile walk, and it was the first long walk of my 50K training, and I was amazed at how relatively easy it was. And I guess that's because I've been doing 45-minute workouts twice a day for the last 52 days. But I did get a blister on the bottom of my foot, which was weird. And it's protected this morning, but I'm super excited that I wanted to do the 3 miles in under an hour, and I made it in like 58 minutes and 25 seconds. So that was exciting. So I just want to encourage you. You don't have to be crazy. You don't have to do a 50K. You don't have to cross a high wire. Just work on the stuff a little bit at a time and make it so that you are going to be healthy and strong, and that you have the ability to catch yourself when you fall or get up from the ground when you fall. And if you have anything you need me to encourage you about in the comments, please do. I'm your biggest cheerleader. And if you'd like to come along with me, I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel, like my video. And yeah, that's it. See you next time.